Welcome to another episode of the Lovers and Things podcast.
Where your favorite couple's favorite couple
Talks about the things they love. Did you?
I'm Greg.
And I'm Lex. And welcome back, guys, to another episode.
Yes, welcome back.
Welcome
Why do I
back.
feel like we haven't talked to everybody in like a minute?
Why does it does feel like that a little bit?
Well, it's been like the longest week.
You
for
think
me.
so?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
This
Tell me
week,
why.
I mean, work
Mm-hmm.
was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We had visitors.
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot of visitors
That's
in
right.
the office.
You were in the office quite a bit.
Yeah. And then right in the middle of all that, right, we've got like 8 guests from that traveled in.
Yeah.
A filming crew joins the office.
Okay.
And no lie, probably the biggest filming crew. You would have thought Michael Bay is filming something in there.
Him and his solar flares were in the building.
There was so many people.
Oh, wow.
There was like legitimately a rough estimate, 50 people to film whatever they were filming.
What
product
were they
or
filming?
something.
What were
Product,
they
like
filming?
it's product.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Sure.
But there was a guy that I saw. I watched this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time I seen him in the office, he would just stand at one door,
Uh-huh.
walk up to another door,
Yeah.
and walk back.
Was he security?
No, he was just a guy with a hat and like a creative mustache.
Oh, he's part of the creative
He would walk back and forth. He just walked back and forth.
Oh,
And there was this one scene where they were like filming in one room,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a cameraman.
Okay.
There were like 8 people crowded around the cameraman.
Oh, wow.
8 people.
Oh, my.
I'm like, this has got to be one expensive suit just off of the staff involved on that.
Alone, yeah. Productions get
It was
pricey.
insane.
Wow.
I bet they're getting paid for that. 'Cause
They've
I'm
got to
like,
be getting paid. That's
40
an
people?
investment.
They had a guy that's getting the coffee and the bagels.
Yeah, that makes
They
sense.
had a guy watching they had like a backup monitor watching. There was just a guy sitting there.
Yeah.
There was one lady
Mhm.
click-clacking on a keyboard on a MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
There was another guy sitting next to that lady also
Yeah.
typing,
Okay.
just sitting. They
Okay.
sat there all day.
Yeah.
I'm monitoring all of this. I'm like, I'm doing the math in my head,
Yeah.
like of how much this is costing. This production company is
Okay.
building.
Yeah.
It was insane.
The insanity of it all.
Yeah, you ever do that? Be at something and you're just doing the mental math. It's like like a wedding or something. You're like, wait a minute, they have a swan fountain. Like that is not cheap.
I do that a lot because I'm in the industry.
So like
Yeah, and production shoots and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm usually the filler. When I'm at shoots, I'm the click clacking on the laptop.
Oh, you're the
I'm
click
the
clacking on the
filler.
laptop.
I'm
Oh,
usually the
okay.
filler. So yeah, I was like, oh yeah, that's relatable. That's
Yeah.
accurate.
There was so many people
Mm-hmm.
involved in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you went to the office how many days this week?
Oh, 4 out of the 5?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Post pandemic world, that's quite a bit.
People that are actually working
Are like throwing,
looking at me like
throwing
really?
their
4
phones at
days.
the
Oh,
window right
poor
now.
Greg.
I had to go in, but that's
Yeah.
a lot. So you did have a long week. I get it.
Long week. It was Valentine's week
It was
episode.
Valentine's. Did we
That-
talk about that?
What do you mean? Did we talk about that?
The weeks are
Talk about what?
molding together. Did we tell the people about our Valentine's Day? No, we wouldn't have. No, because we
Wait.
were saying Happy Valentine's Day on the
Okay.
last episode.
Okay.
which
We had
means
a Valentine's Day.
Then we had a Valentine's
What
Day.
did we do?
What did we do? We chilled at the house.
You introduced us to caviar.
We had a caviar date. We
Yes.
did. We had a caviar date. Fun fact, guys. I've never had caviar before.
Neither,
I've had a roe on
not intentionally.
sushi and stuff. Like it's been on stuff. But
Yeah,
I've never actually sat down. We have never actually sat down and had a caviar
intentionally.
intentionally.
Yeah,
And so I was like, oh, we should do that for Valentine's Day. And that is what
Yeah.
we did.
we went to
That's
Whole
fun.
Foods.
Mhm.
Shout out to Whole Foods.
Shout out to Whole Foods. I feel like Whole Foods was like that introductory channel to all things kind of bougie. And so they had caviar there.
Kind of all things bougie.
Yeah, all things bougie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full stop.
Fine, full stop.
Yeah. So you had this great idea
Yeah.
to let's have a caviar night,
Mm-hmm,
and we bought all the pieces.
Mhm.
Tried different types of caviar.
Yeah.
I just know them by color and shape. There was just a black one. That was
Yeah.
delicious. I don't know what that was. Do you know?
We
Do you
had
remember?
if I'm mispronouncing this, y'all don't cover me. We had a whitefish roe, a
Uh-huh.
normal salmon roe. Those are more of the basic sort of types. And then we had a
Sturgeon?
sturgeon. I want to say
Uh-huh.
sturgeon.
Was that the standard one?
That one was the delicious one.
That's
That one was the one that we were like, oh, this is why people love caviar.
Yeah. And they were like increasing in price, right?
Oh yeah, the salmon roe and the whitefish ones were like $15. The sturgeon one was like $60. So that was the difference, and
so
you could taste the
You
difference.
get more when you pay more.
Yeah, you get more when you pay more. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
We tried that.
We made a little sort of mini board because I looked up like what are you supposed to eat with caviar. So we have this sort of lazy Susan platter thing that you put multiple things on and spin or whatever. So we had creme fraiche, some shallots, chives, fresh lemon wedges, capers.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like.
And you had just regular salmon.
Oh yeah, and then we had some smoked salmon, of course. Some smoked salmon. Oh, and then I made deviled eggs.
You made deviled eggs?
I made deviled eggs that night.
Yeah, we had a baguette.
A baguette as well, and some potato chips.
Potato chips?
Because I heard very good potato chips though, because I heard that's how you had to do it.
Pita chips? Did we bring out the pita chips?
We did not bring out the pita chips.
Or did I just sneak some on the side? I think I snuck some on the side. Yeah.
It's not recommended, but you did that.
It was good. And fresh lemons.
Fresh lemons. And then that's what we had. It was just like, and you know what's so funny? We didn't think that caviar was going to fill us up, so we ordered a pizza.
Yes, we did.
We ordered a pizza on the way home because I was looking at it and I was like, this is not going to be enough.
Right.
Let's just go ahead and
just get a pie.
Just get a pizza.
Just in case.
Just in case.
You never know.
But we didn't eat the pizza.
I ate the pizza.
I mean, but we didn't need it though. Like, I feel like by the time we got through the baguette, by the time we got to the smoked salmon and the deviled eggs and the caviar and the chips, which, chip, creme fraiche, caviar, chive. Like, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Once we got through that, I was like, oh, this is cute. I'm done.
Yeah.
Even though I did have a pizza, obviously, but
the thing about this was such a Lex meal.
What?
If you want to make Lex happy via food, please require assembly. Because anything involved with putting pieces together at the table, Lex does love that labor, that manual labor.
Experience, I love an experience.
Make your own taco.
Yes.
What else? Homemade pizzas.
Oh, I love homemade pizzas on the grill.
Right.
Please.
I should give you disassembled everything.
Disassemble everything.
I should make your omelets like disassembled.
I would
saute everything on the side, and then just have you go to town.
I put it together myself.
That would make you so happy.
Sandwiches. I love sandwich bars as well. I have a story.
It's a sandwich bar.
Like a sandwich bar. You lay all the things, everyone makes their own little sandwich.
This is a thing?
Yeah, I like when people get to personalize their things. Okay, I have a story. Let me guys tell you how, I have these dreams of being a homemaker and being able to provide experiences to my family by way of dinner experiences.
Oh, yes.
One time, Greg and I were living in Orlando, and my father had come to visit us. And I was like, oh, Dad's coming over. It's going to be so fun. I'm going to put like a whole taco night together. It's going to be great. I was so excited about it. Had multiple meats, the cheeses, the sour cream, the lime, the whole
the shredded
the
lettuce.
Red rice, the shredded lettuce, the whole thing. When I tell you my daddy was so mad. And I'm crying, not because I'm so hurt. I mean, I am.
Yeah.
But he was
I remember you were crushed.
I was so upset because I was like, do you not realize how amazing this is? This is a dinner experience. My dad is a Southern man, so he's like, where's the rice, gravy, chicken? Where's the meat and three?
The meat and three? Your daddy's a meat and three man.
But I'm a millennial girl, so I love a dinner experience. And let me tell you, that has been a moment for my entire life. And I've never lived it down. And in fact, one of the times that he came to the house, I had made what was it, a fajita night or something like that.
Fajita night.
I had a fajita night where we had steak, we had peppers, we had chicken, we had all the things. And I laid everything out in the middle of the dining room table. Yeah. Everyone can make their own situation. My father was disappointed. And you know what? I said, I should have never done this. I should have never done this because I know for you, sir, if it ain't a meat and three, it's a no-go.
Yeah, and I'm
like, child, let me just stop. I ain't doing it no more.
And I remember you were you had this idea, and you know I support you.
Yeah, you
I
do.
support
You
you.
let me
I
go
let you live.
wild.
And I was thinking, I was like, that's a lot of assembly. That's a lot of assembly. You know, your dad
Yeah.
wants it hot and ready,
And ready to go.
plate,
Ready to go.
plated and ready to go. Just a fork and knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. So yeah,
I know that man be tired of me
that's
making up food.
But yeah, that was fun though. That caviar setup, it was
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of work.
Oh, but
It was a lot, but
I
it
enjoyed
was
it.
fun though. It was fun to mix
Yeah.
everything all together,
And I think
and to take new flavors in.
to take new flavors in. And I think the whole point of it for me was for us to try something new together.
Yeah,
I think one of the coolest things about having a life partner is that you get to try new things together and build those core memories.
hmm
So I will forever have the memory of us trying caviar together for the first
yeah.
time. For on Valentine's Day, like that will forever be a thing.
So what's your verdict? What do you think of caviar? Is it a thing
I
you
get
love or a
it.
thing you don't love?
It's a thing that I love, and I'll tell you why.
Mm.
You got to get the good stuff though. I like because I like fishy flavored things, so I respect what it does to enhance food, right?
Okay.
But I also feel like the good stuff is so good by itself. There's something like multi-note about it.
Yeah.
And it may obviously it's the type of caviar that we had
Yeah.
as we advance in our caviar experience. I'm sure I'll notice different things, but it's the creme fraiche and the potato chip bite and then the rolling of the
Mm.
caviar in the mouth before the
Yeah,
bubbles burst.
yeah.
Like it really is an experience.
It's like a
I
seafood bubble
get
tea.
it. It's a seafood
Bubble
bubble
tea.
tea. It is, and I get it now.
Yeah, and
And I
I
feel like
agree with you.
we should do it more often. What do you think?
I agree with you. The salmon roe one,
Yeah.
out of control.
That
So
one's
much
really
flavor.
intense, salty too.
Yeah, and they were much larger eggs.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good, but and that's something like you put on a heavy dish. Like
Yeah.
that's like a lox substitute.
Yeah.
Like if you have like all the toppings, you want to make a
Mhm.
breakfast, you got heavy breads,
Mm-hmm.
put a salmon roll on it. That salmon roll is coming through.
Yeah, it literally
Um,
tastes like salmon.
that's a good like mix one.
I agree.
And it's very salmony,
Mhm.
like you said. But yeah, I agree. Like the other one, I think you said it was called sturgeon.
I keep saying
I
sturgeon.
don't know. It was black.
Yep.
But that's one that you just have simply. Like you could put that
Yes.
on your hand and just eat it straight.
Yeah.
It's so flavorful
That one is good.
and delicious.
Mm-hmm. So it was fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to try that.
We got to do something new together.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that was our Valentine's Day.
That was our Valentine's Day. Did you guys celebrate Valentine's Day? What'd you do? We're
Yeah.
curious to know what you did with
Let us know.
with your people, your
Mhm.
folks. All right. So you got
you got something?
Oh, I was finna
What you got?
to say that this episode is a little different than
Uh-huh.
episodes that we've done in the past. This episode is going to be one when we are dedicating it to the things that we do not love. Now, you guys know every episode we have a thing that we love.
Yeah.
That's how we wrap everything together. Today's going to be a little bit different because the world is worlding. And there are some hot takes that we have to share with you guys. And so today is the
Yeah.
things we do not love, previously known as things we hate, episode by Lovers and Things.
Things we do not love.
Things we do not love.
Lightning, thunder, bad things.
Things crumbling.
Bad stuff.
Earthquaking.
I don't know. We got to work on our transitions. But I guess I can make my thing. I was going to say a thing I don't love.
Oh, go for it.
I don't love what happens from the hours of 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Time just vanishes for
What do
some
you
bizarre
mean?
reason. I come home,
Mhm.
I get into the evening,
Mhm.
9 p.m. strike, and I'm like, okay, let me start getting ready to go to bed. And then I look up, it's 11.
Oh,
That time just vanishes. I don't
You
know what's
know-
happening in this time. That's the thing I don't love.
Mm,
I want to be able to look at it and go through the time after work and like
Mhm.
feel like I had a whole evening. But it was
mm.
most striking. It was like when we were saying, "Oh, let's go to bed earlier," right? Because we
Mhm.
was going to bed late for a while,
Yep.
and we said, "All right, we'll go to bed and let's set a timer alarm for 9 p.m.
Yeah.
and let's go to bed."
Mhm.
9 p.m. comes around and we go to bed,
Yeah.
and for some reason, when my head hits the pillow, it's 11.
Yeah, you're right.
We go to bed.
Mhm.
I don't know what's happening.
I know what's happening.
What's happening?
Showers,
Showers.
talking,
We talk.
lying around, pontificating about the day.
Uh-huh.
What happens is we be in the room by 9, but then we got to take our
Yeah.
showers. I have a 7-step skincare
Not
routine.
7-step, y'all.
You
And then
are.
all I hear is things crashing in the bathroom because our sink does not have like a large surface
Yeah.
to put stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're like teeter-tottering vessels and
Yeah.
lotions and potions
That's
on the
accurate.
side. So, and they're all sliding and falling off the sink.
That's accurate, actually.
And I just hear crashing sound all night. But so okay, yeah, that's a good point.
We have a lot to do in that time, I think, and yeah, it goes by really. You'd be surprised between a 15-minute to 20-minute shower, skincare.
20-minute
Is that
shower?
long?
Yes, that's long.
15?
That's still long.
10?
It's all right.
Okay, so
What are you
10
taking 20-minute showers for?
I have a very robust showering routine.
Oh boy, here we go.
I
You got a
do.
7-step night
Yeah.
regimen. Is that
Yes,
what is it?
it's a regimen.
Night
It's a
regimen,
regimen. Yeah.
mask and all,
Yes,
and then you have a whole shower routine
I
that's like
do.
layered.
Yeah, I triple cleanse.
Oh my
I double
lord.
cleanse and then I exfoliate. And then I do my face, which I do twice.
Okay.
And then I get out of the shower, I brush my teeth, then I
Uh-huh.
do this 7-step regimen, and then I put my hair up. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
point
yeah,
is,
yeah.
by the time we
It's
get,
necessary.
it's 45 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's what happens, though, to be honest. Like, I think
Because
it's
we
the
say
steps.
the alarm goes off and we're like, yes,
Time to go to bed.
let's wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off the YouTube, turn off the TV.
Yep.
We're heading upstairs. We're going to bed.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it just 2 hours vanishes.
Yeah, that's something that I don't love either. I feel like at the end of the day, after work, if you're a 9 to 5, or by the time you get home when it's 6, you have dinner and boom, 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 boom,
It's
boom,
7,
boom.
8,
Then it's 9 o'clock and you trying to go to bed. Those things move so quickly.
so fast.
I don't get it. Yeah,
I think
agree.
a lot of people can relate to. I think this phenomenon is not exclusive to us.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people experience that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Love
So yeah,
it.
that's the thing I don't love.
I love
Whatever
the
this
thing that you don't
phenomenon
love.
that is between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m.
And
that
you know what? I
just-
blame the man. I blame the man with a lot of stuff. But I
Yeah.
blame the man.
Go off.
Got
Let
us
me hear it.
working
What's up?
from 9 to freaking 5, which means really
Mhm.
7 to 6. Because I
Yeah.
got to get into the city. I got to get my work. So I'm spending my entire day doing something for somebody else. By the time I get some time for myself, the
The day's
7-step skincare regimen, for example,
Right.
the
Very
day
necessary.
is very necessary. The day is done.
The day is done.
When do you actually get time to invest in you those 5 days a week that you're working?
Exactly. I think it's a little much.
It's a little much.
I personally would like to go in. I would want to start my day after lunch.
I ain't with you on that, Gee. I ain't with you on that.
You're a morning person.
I am.
I'm a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to a slow rising, if you will. A slow rising.
Yeah.
Have a robust lunch.
Robust.
A full meal. A meat and 3.
A meat.
If you will.
A meat and 3.
And then start my day charged up, ready to go. I'm a little sleepy, but I'll work through it.
Yeah.
And be home at 5.
Oh wow.
12 to 5.
I would.
Or 1:30 to 5 because I have to have the lunch at 12.
You can fit all your work in them little bit of hours.
Probably.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
What do you think? Well, you're a morning. You'd want to work.
I'm a
in the
morning person. I like waking. If I get to bed early enough, I like waking up at 5:30. I like to wake up at 5, be to the gym by 6, be done by 7, be back home by 7:30, 7:45, shower, start my day at 9. I don't mind starting the day at 9. Then the 4 hours before is when I have my me time. But I need to be done by 2 o'clock.
Oh.
From 9 to about 1:32. Solid.
What's happening after 2 anyway?
Nothing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What happens after 2 o'clock?
I don't think anyone can account.
The itis. What happens after 2 o'clock?
Actually, that's why I set meetings. Whenever I want to get something done or get a decision from someone, I set my meetings after lunch.
Yeah.
They all full and vulnerable. I can take advantage of that. And then I get my stuff through.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that.
That's a cheat code for y'all. That's a lovers and things tip, if you will.
The corporate cheat code. Put on your meetings after
lunch.
Yes.
Matter of fact, bring them to lunch.
Ooh.
drinks on you.
Ooh.
Of course. And they hit them with that hard question afterwards. And they're just going to say yes. They're going to fold.
Like, of course, we just had lunch.
Yeah.
With Midday Cosmo. Why
Yeah.
not?
Go ahead, Greg. Have at it. Yeah.
Corporate cheat code.
Corporate cheat code. So you have things you don't love?
Yeah, so I love that one. I fully agree with that one. Thing that I don't love, y'all. You know, last week I had mentioned the fact that at the Super Bowl, Beyonce did her Verizon commercial, and then she launched her 2 songs.
Okay.
She launched Texas Hold'em
Mm-hmm.
and 16 Carriages, both of which are country-influenced country songs.
Yes.
I loved it.
Okay.
To be honest,
Yeah.
this is the first time in a long time where I was like, I'm feeling a first drop from Beyonce.
She sounds great.
She sounds great. I didn't like Break My Soul when it first dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Still the weakest song on the album, if you ask me, Renaissance Act 1. That's not the point. Point is, she dropped these 2, and I was like, oh, now this is my pocket.
Okay.
This is my pocket. I don't consider myself to be a heavy country music fan, but I loved these 2 pieces of music, right?
Yeah.
But then the internet got to talking about how, Beyonce just doing this for a cash grab. I've never heard her sing country.
Oh,
Why she
boy.
singing country? Oh my God! Like I thought she was an R&B pop artist. Why is she singing country? And can I just say that's the thing I hate.
Okay.
I hate y'all not knowing y'all history. First of all, I hate y'all not knowing y'all music history, and I hate y'all thinking that this is the first time Beyonce's ever done anything country. It shows how dense you are. So let me explain.
Break it down.
This is not the first time that Beyonce has sung country. In fact, Daddy Lessons is one of my favorite songs by her.
Okay.
It's a country song. I think it's off of Lemonade. I think it's off the Lemonade album.
Yeah.
It's a country song. She put it out there. But Beyonce, for her entire career, has always been a country Texas girl.
Yeah.
Y'all hear Beyonce talk when she's not singing. She is a country Texas girl.
Yeah. Houston? Is it Houston?
Houston.
Houston.
Very much so a country girl. And so when we think about who she is as a person, I think it's important to note that she has given us moments of country throughout her career.
Yeah.
But as an evolving artist, I'm sure she chose a lane that would most benefit her. And now she's the superstar that she is, right?
Right.
A little bit of music history for you guys. The music buffs will follow me on this. But country as we know it today is a commercialized version of hillbilly music, right? Hillbilly music is essentially what was sort of touring the country in the late 1800s, early 1900s, minstrel shows and things like that. Hillbilly music was part of that segment of racist America, where the banjo was at the center of those sort of things, you know, minstrel shows, blackface, and all that sort of thing. That music segment became largely commercialized, co-opted by white America. The banjo itself became sort of centerpiece of country music. That's why a lot of people associate the banjo and things like that with country music.
Yeah.
And it has taken off and become a white segmented thing ever since. That is a high level history. What people do not understand is that a couple of things. The banjo is actually a derivative of the African jute, which is a large sort of you know what gourds are?
Yeah.
Like drinking gourds and things like that. So a gourd with strings is an African jute, and that is where the banjo is derived from.
Okay.
So a lot of African jukes music is found in like traditional African, I'll say slave adjacent music, the music that came from our ancestors from the motherland, right? That sort of thing.
Okay.
It was adapted for the minstrel shows because, of course, they were making fun of Black people, right? So that instrument came along with that sort of thing. Another piece of history is to also understand that country music, the sort of core of it, not only is that banjo-y sort of line that we hear, but a lot of it is also the way that the vocals are layered, right?
Yeah.
Very much like hymnals, right? So African hymnals and things like that. That sort of characteristic is what you'll find in a lot of country music, hillbilly music transformed into country music. All of that has an African sort of derivative to it.
Yeah.
And then modern country music as we know it today is really just a baby of hillbilly music, again derived from Black minstrel shows co-opted by white America, and what we know to be the blues.
Yeah.
The blues are undeniably an African American derived thing. Those sort of things had a baby together in what is now popular country music.
hmm
What I find interesting in terms of Beyonce's evolution as an artist is that country music, to me, this is Alexis's opinion, country music to me is one of the last vestiges of popular music where storytelling can be had.
Yeah.
Like true emotional storytelling from a person perspective. You get a little bit of it in R&B. R&B we know is short for rhythm and blues. Again, that blues derivative.
hmm
There's a lot of storytelling, a lot of heartbreak. He hurt me.
Yeah.
We breaking up. Blah blah
These are
blah.
my
These are
confessions.
my confessions. Just so you know, Usher very
Yeah.
much an R&B artist.
Yep.
We know that R&B is categorically, by way of the system, Black people music.
hmm
Country, very storytelling in that same way. Taking my truck down the road to the bar, she broke my heart. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Very storytelling. We know that to be a white segmented thing, right?
hmm
And I'm just speaking black and white, guys. I understand that there are variances in between and all that kind of stuff, but we're speaking categorically. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
So I think for Beyonce, when we look at her career, she's done the R&B thing, she's done the pop thing, she's done the dance thing. I think at the root of who she is, she's probably really connected to the idea of country music from one, a storytelling perspective, and two, from a personal perspective.
Yeah.
I anticipate that she is going to be able to tell us stories that she has never been able to tell us through her popular music in her country music. And we have been begging Beyonce to give us something, anything
hmm
that is personal to her. We don't know who Beyonce is.
Yeah.
We don't. So I think this album has the potential to be that. And I think for those people who are critiquing her switching over to country music, do not have an understanding of country music and Black influences always being a part of that narrative.
Yeah.
And then also don't understand that she has always been a country girl. Her career just took her somewhere else, but now that she can own her own narrative, I think that country makes the most sense for her to do.
Yeah, and I think that also as a person, a
Mhm.
creative,
Mhm.
I think she's paid her dues.
Yeah.
She's dropped the pop records that everyone loves.
Mhm.
If you want to hear Lemonade,
Mhm.
another Lemonade, listen to the
Listen to
old Lemonade.
Lemonade. Yeah, it's
If
there. It's
you know,
good.
she's even branched out into the ballroom music and
Mhm.
given us Renaissance.
Mhm.
So her as an artist to want to flex her creativity and
Mhm.
step into another genre
Mhm.
to express herself creatively
Mhm.
is her is I think she earned the right to do that.
Yeah.
You know, she's already given you guys all the hits, you know.
She's given us
So
all the
she giving
things.
you all the same types of records.
Yes, she has.
So from a new perspective, I think it's great for her to step out and try something interesting and really flex her creativity in that manner.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm and
I'm
I'm here
excited
for
to
it.
see it. Yeah, I'm excited to
Yeah.
see it too because I think that, you know, music is one of those places that it reflects the state of our country, frankly.
Mhm.
Like music is segregated in weird ways. Like rap culture became popular, hip hop, I should say. Hip hop has all of a sudden become pop. Like
Mhm.
there's this weird sort of overlap there.
Yeah.
But I think that speaks to the younger generation being less obsessed with the idea of this is those people's music and this is our people's music sort of thing.
Mhm.
And I think country deserves that same sort of melding of the minds. I think country, again, by way of the organization and the powers that be, became more of a white America, uh, you know, up on the mountain, southern sort of thing. Like
Yeah.
it became that sort of narrative. When the truth of the matter is that it was the music of southern country people, regardless of race. In fact, there are a couple of not a couple, many tracks. We call them tracks today, but like songs put out back in the day that had both black and white artists on country albums.
Mhm.
A lot of the times, the black artists would not be like publicly recognized for their contribution to it from a vocal perspective or an instrumentation perspective. But black and white artists would often collaborate on country music in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to note that because it's like country has always been part of the black experience.
Yeah.
And so I think for Beyonce to publicly at her height, at her visibility, make a country album is a beautiful thing because I think it's a nod to the heritage, but then also she is like the great equalizer. Beyonce is the great equalizer.
Right.
If Beyonce starts singing country music, little black girls in the South are going to think they can be country artists now, and they should because they can.
Yeah.
And it just encourages, I think, a rebirth of black country experience, which I am personally looking forward to.
Yeah, it's a great thing for the genre. Like to have a megastar like that,
Yeah.
to tap into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll only do wonders for the genre, and I think it'll expand their audience
Mm-hmm.
because we already know like this it's so antiquated in how segmented it is.
Mm-hmm.
To have more diversity
Mm-hmm.
in country music could only help the genre. Like
Yeah.
more listeners is better for everyone, right?
It's
Yeah,
the
and
better.
in the days of like this hyper segregation is, people are tired of that. Like it's
Yeah.
so tired, to transition into the thing I don't love
Mm-hmm.
is T-Pain recently on a TikTok video
Mm-hmm.
highlighted that he's co-written and written a lot of country songs,
Sure.
a lot of country hits, and he was saying that he does not want the credit for it anymore.
Mm.
And it's like, why don't you want the credit for it? He says the amount of racism that he gets
Mm-hmm.
from when his name is on a record as a
Mm.
writer
Mm-hmm.
and from country music listeners
Mm-hmm.
is so out of control that he'd
Oh,
rather
that's
just
unfortunate.
not even get the credit for it. He's like, just write me the check. And that's the thing I don't love.
Yeah, I don't love that either.
It's the idea that in 2024
Mm-hmm.
or however, T-Pain's a recent artist. Like he's
Yeah.
been making music for like 15,
We'll say
20,
2016.
20
20
years.
2010.
You think we're in our society would have progressed to the point where songwriting,
Mm-hmm.
just writing a song, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be greeted with racism. He's not like a face in that in the
Mm-hmm.
music. He's just writing the song.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unfortunate. It's sad.
Yeah.
And T-Pain is a legend,
Yeah.
certified legend, Tallahassee Pain.
Tallahassee Bay.
Gifted us with so many records,
Yeah.
and to know that he is also speaking to the idea of just like everyone should enjoy all types of genres of music. He said like some of the best influences for his songs
Mm-hmm.
are from gospel music or it's
Mhm.
from country music.
Yeah.
Some of his best harmonies come from
Mm-hmm.
those different genres. And you and I both like you go through our music catalog and it is all over the place.
Yeah, it's
And I
very
think
diverse.
that's the way music should be enjoyed.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, well, I am the person that's being marketed to so therefore that, or I am this skin color, so I need to
Mhm.
listen to that. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't experience the diverse amount of amazing music that's out there.
Yeah.
And even globally, like
Mhm.
not even just in America, but branching out and listening to different music. Afro beats have gotten a lot of
Mhm.
popularity lately. Um, but yeah, it's unfortunate to hear that T-Pain has faced so much racism from writing
Yeah.
records.
I don't like that. And again, it's like we're repeating history again because I just mentioned the fact that there are so many black artists who in the 20s, 30s and even earlier than that were vocal and instrumental contributors to some of the most historic loved country songs of all time,
Yeah.
and they are nowhere to be found on those records in terms of like their name
hmm
and their contribution. They're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And I hate that that's happening to T-Pain because it's like history all over again. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
we don't want to say that T-Pain contributed, but his talent made that song great, and
Yeah.
he deserves. I mean, as long as he's getting paid, that's cool too.
hmm
But I also think his name should be on the record.
Yeah.
He did the work.
But
That's
yeah,
crazy. I don't love that.
In 100 years, we haven't made as much progress as we should have.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the first step to really righting T-Pain's wrong
Yes.
is by having him perform the next Super Bowl.
Hey, he can do the
T-
little spinny thing. Y'all see the video of him doing the little spinny thing?
What was that all about?
T-Pain is such a free spirit. T-Pain, like totally embodies black boy joy for me.
Yeah.
And I love that for him. T-Pain,
Yeah, it was
what the
up there.
heck he won't
He
do.
could take that to the main stage.
He sure
He's
can.
blessed us with many hits.
Ooh, can buy
Shall I
you
list
a
them?
ring.
Ooh,
Hey.
yeah. I'ma take you home with me
I got money
in the bank. Bartender.
I'm gonna bartender.
And then this song, I remember this is another T-Pain song.
Mhm.
I remember 1-year-old niece singing this song in the car.
Which one?
It's I'm Sprung.
Hey, how'd you get me?
Yeah.
Got me doing things I never do.
She loved that song as a 1-year-old. So
Hey.
music transcends all.
Oh my
And
gosh.
T-Pain recently had that what's it called? Under the Covers or something? Live performance he dropped on YouTube.
I can't think of the name, but it's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, he's like this
of him
live
just going.
performance of T-Pain covering songs.
Mhm.
And
That man is
that would be
talented.
great if he covered some of these songs and had those people come on stage with him
That would
to
be
perform those songs with him.
amazing. Yes.
That'd be great, you know.
He's such a talent, man.
Mhm.
Good job, T-Pain. I have a
Yeah.
T-Pain story really quickly.
What's that?
Today's actually this person's birthday. So my cousin Samantha, my bestie cousin Samantha, she was obsessed with T-Pain in high school. When I
Yeah.
say obsessed, like it's stressing me out how obsessed she was with T-Pain. And I had a car, and we would do a lot of riding around Sarasota together. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
riding around as the youths.
Yeah.
When I tell you, the only thing that was ever playing in the car were T-Pain and The Dream. She loved The Dream too. But
so Sam is she's my
got
people.
good taste.
She's my people. The Dream too.
And The Dream. She loved The Dream with T-Pain. And to this day, whenever I hear a T-Pain song, I think of her.
Yeah.
Because she was freaking obsessed. And this is when we had CDs. So you had to burn.
Wow, yeah.
Child, what a time to be alive.
We had CDs for a minute. I remember I had a 6-disc CD changer in my car.
Whoa.
And
okay, big
you were around.
I was around for that. I remember the book.
I had the books in the
You
car.
had the book. Yo, we dated when we had CDs.
CD books. And then you know, this is a good transition.
Sure.
Because this is the next thing I don't love.
Okay, go ahead.
Which is the Android Apple debate.
Ooh.
You know, and this usually comes from Apple people, Apple owners.
You Apple elitists, including
They just
myself.
keep this old behind joke. It was funny 15 years ago. It's not funny anymore.
Okay.
The joke about Apple versus Android, and so Android put out this video with Z-Way. About like basically she's hosting a matchmaker show.
Oh, Z-Way, by the way, is an internet sensation and host black female.
Yeah, if you're not following
they
Z-Way,
may not know who Z-Way is, so I had to let them know.
Tap in.
ZIWE is her name.
Tap in. She's a hilarious personality. Yeah, so she worked with Android on this show where she's having people Apple users talk about what are their red flags in dating. And one of which is if someone has an Android phone, the green text, the green text that shall not be mentioned, they will like that is a deal breaker for them, a red flag. And then these people were like against that. But I remember we were dating. I don't think I had an iPhone, but I had an Android.
No, I didn't have. I
You
had
had like a BlackBerry or something.
I had an LG.
It's dating us.
Yeah, yo, don't Google now.
Yeah.
I had an LG for a very long time. I remember I had the slide one, the pink LG slide when I first got to college. I had that for a while.
But we were dating, and you had a BlackBerry. I think
I had the LG when we first started dating, and then I ended up with my daddy's old BlackBerry.
Your daddy's a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Oh, and fun fact about that BlackBerry. The BlackBerry is the reason why I have 5,000 contacts in my phone today. So let me tell you.
Oh.
When my daddy gave me his BlackBerry, I got his old phone and hence his own contacts went to my number. That set of contacts has followed me the last 15 years. So I have like an Al Reynolds in my phone, or like
all manner of people,
a Christian
Sarasota,
Santiago. Like I have no idea who these people.
Yeah, that's so hilarious.
I got like 500 contacts. Yeah, my dad's a businessman, so.
But basically, the thing I don't love is these people that go on and on about the Apple and Android debate. Mm-hmm. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. But this clip that Z-Way did with Android is so funny because the people list what they want in a relationship, what they want in a person. Like this one lady goes, "Oh, he's gotta look hot while driving a manual." Oh. Right? The guy goes, "She's a pilot. Like I would marry her right now." And then so they bring out literally those people. They bring out a guy that drives a manual. Yeah. And a girl that's a pilot. Yeah. And it turns out they have Android phones.
Okay.
And then you should see the look on these people's faces
They're
when they found
like,
it. They're like, "Oh my god, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna work." And it was just so ridiculous because it was showing like how some of these people are taking it too far,
hmm
and it's not that deep. It is
Yeah.
just a green
It's
text.
just a phone.
It's fine. Also, there's alternatives.
It's just a phone.
You can do Facebook Messenger. You can do Instagram message. I
Yeah.
feel like we talk to each other more on Instagram than anything. We just text each other
Now,
like life
yeah,
updates and
yeah.
like just to communicate
When I've
quick.
arrived, yeah, that sort of
But
thing.
like sharing of content mostly is
Mm-hmm.
Instagram.
Mostly Instagram. That is a fact.
Yeah. But luckily, Apple apparently is going to update their technology.
Mm.
By the end of the year, y'all, we're gonna have iPhones and Androids harmony.
Wow.
They're gonna be able to text each other.
Wow.
Photos are gonna come through
Mm-hmm.
in normal res. The videos are gonna come through normal. You know, there's not gonna be this divide
Mm-hmm.
as drastic as they are. You're gonna be able to put reactions on messages.
Wow.
You know, we had a group message. Someone sent us a big old paragraph.
Yeah.
There's an Android in this thread.
Yeah.
I didn't heart the paragraph because I know it's gonna go. Greg hearted. Boom! This big paragraph in the thread.
Greg hearted.
Boom! And it just drops the whole message in there, which is awful.
That's
the way they handle
insane.
it, the way the phone
That's
handles
crazy.
it. But yeah, let's look out for that update later this year, y'all.
Yeah.
Is this argument, this battle,
Mm-hmm.
this division
Mhm.
within America
Yeah.
will soon go away.
Needs to happen. And frankly, if that's the reason why y'all not dating somebody, we got bigger issues. We have
Maybe that's why you're
fish
single.
to fry.
If you're not dating
Not
someone because they got an
dating somebody 'cause they
Android,
got an Android phone. Is the bill paid or not? Like, where are priorities?
missing out on your blessings.
Missing out on your blessings. Which leads me to the last thing that I hate, or the things I don't love.
What don't you love,
Thing
girl?
that I do not love,
Mm.
y'all. I do not love that I spent 5 hours of my life listening to ReesaTeesa on TikTok
Oh,
share
God.
her life story, and I do not love the fact that she had to go through this.
So I walk into the room,
Yeah.
and you got your phone, your phone up on you. I look at this video. This lady's talking so slow,
I
and I look at it, and then I see part 27. I'm like, what are you watching? That's over 27 parts, or at least 27 parts.
It's a 50-part
50
series on TikTok.
Okay, so
Shall I explain?
yes, talk to these people who haven't seen this, or
Yeah,
haven't heard of this.
y'all need to get TikTok. If there was ever a time to be on TikTok, the time is now. I'm not kidding. Download TikTok now so you can know what I'm talking about. So,
Okay.
this TikTok user named ReesaTeesa, we don't know her real name. That's a social media name.
Mm-hmm.
Created a 50-part TikTok series. On her page, there are 50 10-minute videos of her explaining her relationship with her ex-husband. The title of the series is Who TF?
Who the F?
Who the F did I marry? Right? It's giving Lifetime already. So you know I'm invested. So here's the story.
How'd you find this?
That's the beauty of TikTok. I don't know. One day, I opened up my phone, and there was this woman, part 1, Who the F did I marry?
Okay.
And I was like,
now, who the F did I marry?
Yeah.
That's going to get you.
That's going to get me every time.
Like, who did she marry?
Who did she marry? I didn't think it was going to be a 50 post series, but follow me. So, this woman, I'm assuming she's in maybe her late 30s, early 40s. You can't tell with Black women age like fine wine.
Black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
Especially in February.
Especially honestly,
no, Black don't crack.
in February. Oh, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Very good. But anyway, so she had met this man on multiple dating apps, but they had matched on one. Yeah, Hinge or whatever. They'd met. They liked each other. And this is before the pandemic. So this is in
pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, right before the shutdown, 2020. She marries this man less than a year later, but we'll get there. So she meets this man. He is like doing it up, right? He's saying all the right things. He seems to have a good job, right? He works as a condiment company as a manager. He eventually becomes, she doesn't name the condiment company. He later becomes the VP. He is, he's a divorcee from California, right?
So
he
he's
moved
committed.
to Georgia. They're in Georgia, by the way, which, by the way, we already told you, Atlanta is the scammer capital of the world, and this confirms it.
Should have been on high alert.
Should have been on high alert, but anyway, he's recently divorced and moved to Atlanta for the opportunity for the condiment company. He's got money. He's mature, and most important, ladies, he's ready to be married. He's ready to settle down.
He's ready to settle down.
And so what happens
sounds like a king of kings.
A king of kings. And so what happens is the pandemic happens. Everything has to shut down. 2.5 weeks into the relationship, she's like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? I care for you so much. He's like, you know what? Why don't I move in with you? I'll move in with you and we'll just, rock out the pandemic together. So Miss ReesaTeesa, not yet. This is 2.5 weeks into the relationship. They move in with each other.
2.5 weeks. Wait, don't move past this.
Yes, 2.5 weeks into the relationship.
2.5 weeks since they met.
Yes.
And coupled up.
They move in together.
Moving in.
They move in together.
2.5 weeks.
Yes, we've made that. We've established that.
I believe that.
2.5 weeks. They move in together. The world is on a shutdown.
That's a thing I don't love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't love y'all moving in with somebody 2.5 weeks. But it's the pandemic times, right?
Okay.
And Miss ReesaTeesa admits herself that she says it's not me, that she was desperate and really wanted to be married. And so this idea of this man coming into her life, things moved very quickly. She felt very good about it. All that to say, y'all got to watch these 50 parts. But this man lied about everything. He lied about his job.
Okay.
He lied about his family. He lied about himself. He lied about there are people in his life that he said he was interacting with on the phone on a daily basis. Those people have been dead for years. Yeah. There are people that he said got COVID and died. Those people didn't exist.
It's a bunch of unnecessary lies, too.
This man was putting in offers on homes during the pandemic, a very difficult time to buy a home, putting offers in on a home, and the man didn't have $50 to his name. At one point, he convinced her and a realtor that he had an all-cash offer for a $700,000 home because he had money stacked away from when he played arena football. And that money was going to buy...
Arena football is not paying you enough to have $700K.
Let Mr. Liar tell it. Yes, it does.
It's a great sport. It's a great sport. But they ain't paying like that.
Yes, they are. According to Mr. Liar, yes, they were. So this is the type of lying that was happening here.
The most egregious, I don't know if you were about to talk about this, but
go ahead.
This is what bothered me the most.
Go for it.
So he claimed he had some luxury vehicle and that... but she'd never seen his vehicle.
It wasn't his luxury vehicle. The thing was, when he got promoted to VP at the condiment company, which we later find out he was never VP at. For the listeners. Yeah,
very dramatic. You should see the strain on her fingers. VP.
It must be done. Come to find out, he was a temp forklift driver for this condiment company.
Okay.
But when he was promoted to VP, he got a company car. $90,000 was the limit. He decided on a BMW X5. She never saw said car because he said that he wasn't comfortable driving the car back to their spot. So what he would do is...
This is what drives me insane.
He would take his Ford Taurus, which he did own, drive it to another location where the car was
like
stashed
a garage
at,
of some sort.
And then go take the
Switch
X5
cars.
to work. But then drive the X5 every day back to the garage.
Switch cars.
And take the Ford Taurus back to their house.
Let me tell you why this is so annoying to me. Who got time for that type of logistics?
Nobody has time.
Who got time for that type of logistics?
It's
Your
not true.
commute is then extended by that much to go in and switch cars. No. At that point, just drive the Taurus there. If this was real.
Just
drive the Taurus to the office. Just don't even take the car. Just give them the car back. Because who's going to live through that? And what? That's just so annoying of a lie.
So silly.
That's so silly. Who in their right mind has the patience to switch cars mid-commute?
But
as I'm driving the car, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to switch a car mid-commute.
But you're not a pathological liar, so it doesn't make sense for you.
I like how that's the one thing that I'm mad about.
You're not mad about the fake offshore accounts. You're not
the
mad
lies about buying a home.
Oh my gosh, you're not mad about that.
It's the lie about his commute.
That's
what bothers me so much.
I get that because it's unreasonable.
It's unreasonable. It's so outrageous.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
No one's doing that.
I digress.
No. So that was one of the many things that he lied about. And I think this entire story, again, you guys find it. It's ReesaTeesa on TikTok. The
Okay.
story is riveting. She's a wonderful storyteller. And I think what I do not love the most about all of this
What don't you love?
is that throughout all of this, she showcases an endearing amount of accountability. Like throughout the whole thing, she's like, I know this was a red flag. I know I was
Yeah.
stupid. I know I ignored this. But what I don't love the most is she also admits that she was so desperate to get married. And again, not my words. I would never use that language, but she used it. She wanted so badly to be married and to start a family, and she thought it was her turn.
Mm.
She wanted to be the woman with the husband with a good job. She wanted to be the woman with the husband who was taking her on trips. He said they was going to London, child. That never happened.
Apparently, she loved London.
She loved
Like
London.
I've never heard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, please. No, go ahead.
I had never heard someone love London that much.
Very foggy. Bad
She was
food,
like listing
but
all the attributes of London
it's like,
that
all
she
right,
was
girl.
drawn to.
It's
I'm
giving
not trying to
travel
yuck anybody's
agent.
yum. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum.
Yeah.
I'm just not that interested in London.
But she was.
But she
She
was.
was. And her
And the
husband
X5.
knew- and the
She
X5.
listed that a lot. The
Yeah, she
X5.
also. Oh yeah, he also promised her a BMW dark blue cognac interior. And that never arrived.
A lot of promises.
A lot of promises.
That's a red flag
of
of
which
a liar.
came
Promises.
through. Yeah.
You could just do.
Yeah.
Just do.
You don't
Why
have
you
to
gotta
say you're going to
what
do
you're
it.
gonna
You
do?
just got to do it. But yeah, so I think the saddest part for me was hearing her say that. And the thing that I don't love for sure is like, I hate the amount of pressure that is put on women to find a partner because that some way makes you more valuable. The unspoken thing is if you're not married and you're not married by a certain time, there's an issue, there's a concern. You're less valuable as a woman because you aren't married. This is not what I believe.
But that's the
societal's
pressure.
expectations and those pressures will make people do dumb things. So it's interesting that like every one of these kind, didn't you see the red flags? Didn't you see the red flags? Yeah. She saw the red flags, but also at the end of that, she saw a husband. And what was more important to her is having a husband. She even admits that when she would talk to her family and friends, she would put on a strong face. They would have a united front because she wanted everyone to believe that her marriage was doing well, despite the fact that this man had lied about she was literally living with a stranger. But it was more important for her to try to hold this together because she wanted so badly to be married. And I want us to release ourselves of that narrative. Now, do I understand how interesting that comes from me being a person who just happened to find my person very young? I've been married for about 5 years. I've known Greg for 12, 13, 14-ish years. We found each other very young. We married relatively young, I suppose.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say young. We were like almost 30.
Late 20s, yeah.
Like 27, 28, 28, 29.
Yeah.
So I understand how privileged I am to be with a person that I know is my person and I love my person, all that. I get that. But I also know what it felt like to not be married when I felt like I was supposed to be married, right?
Yeah,
there was a season of my life where we were dating and I thought we were supposed to be married sooner.
Yeah.
And that expectation of me feeling like we should have been married sooner were very difficult times.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure. You
Yeah,
had
a lot of pressure on
yourself.
me because I felt like I've been with this guy 2 years, 3 years, whatever. Oh, we should be married by now. Forget the fact that we're 24. But like somehow because I've been in a relationship with this guy for so long, I'm supposed to be married. And what happens if we don't get married? Like it is unreasonable. And I feel like it puts this pressure on women to potentially open them up to bad decisions because the goal is to be married, not to find the person who loves you, respects you, trusts you, and protects you, not to be with the person who you know for sure is your person. You just need to be married. I don't love that for us, and I did not love that for her, and that is 100% the thing that I don't love about the situation, but despite the fact that I love the series and I recommend you watch
and you're gonna once I guarantee this is going to be a television show.
It has to be.
It has to be episodic.
It has to be an episodic series because, guys, when I'm telling you the lies that this man was telling this woman. Oh, by the way, one of the biggest lies to me and the craziest thing is that this man said he told this woman that he had 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
Yeah.
After digging up obituaries of dead grandmas and everything else, she comes out to find out that not only does this man not have 2 other sisters, he only has 2 siblings, an older brother, and another brother. One of those brothers is a twin. Never once did he mention that he was a twin. And guess what the twin is? A married VP
of a condiment company.
No, we don't know. But where he works, but like it's like his brother is living the life that he wants and he's like pretend y'all, it's deep.
Rough.
It's deep.
And also it's like that's such a now I know this is not a well person to lie about something, but to lie about like little things that it's not that deep. Yeah. You know, to lie about the car that you drive, it's like
it's crazy.
I wonder what pressure this man thinks that he's under to think that having a Ford Taurus is not good enough. Like just being a forklift operator is not good enough. Because I guarantee you, that girl would have held him down and his as who he is. Because I mean, she clearly the standards were enough for her.
She was ready.
Like, I just want to get married.
She just wanted to get married.
So I don't know what kind of demons and pressure he had on himself to feel like he could not just be himself and his true self, you know, and he had to create this fake person that it is very materialistic too.
Very. She even said that he would brag about his things, like
that, like I think some guys think girls care about. And one of the most humbling things that I've learned through experience is when I bought a quote unquote cool car, and the reality of a car is that the only people that care about your car are other guys. No woman can't tell between a 3 Series and an M3. Woman don't know the difference between a C-Class and a C63.
Oh.
Look at Lexus just like, she don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
She just women don't care. Is the car reliable? Is it relatively modern? Is it safe? Is it clean?
Yeah.
That's all.
That's probably true.
So like to think that like there is, you know, I guess I'm not gonna be ignorant to the fact that there are a lot of people that are very label centric and things like that. But is that the person you want?
Yeah. Is that your person?
But the majority of women, they kind of just know the mark of the brand of the car. That's about it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them don't care. I think a lot of women are just looking for good guys that are gonna show up and protect them and provide for them. Yeah. And providing for a woman looks different. It's not just how much your paycheck is. It's also in all 360 degrees of life.
Yeah.
Protection and providing of safety, of hope and confidence and you know, all the things.
All the things.
But yeah, that was the thing I didn't love is just the materialistic lies.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Atlanta's the scammer capital of the world, and I'm not going to down Atlanta because it's literally like a black metropolis
Atlanta.
at this point.
I love Atlanta, and Atlanta just feels so.
Yeah, Atlanta is.
Give me some hookah.
Yeah, some wangs
at a section.
Wow, a section.
A section at church. They got sections at church in Atlanta.
Crazy.
Get you a section, some hookah. That's a pop.
Crazy.
That's gonna be an idea. We should open up a church like that.
Shh, don't say it too loud. We can do it.
This is audio copyright. Audio copyright.
We're doing it. We did it first.
Sections.
Yes.
Bottles of holy water.
A little bit of.
Well, what's wrong with wine? Oh, it's a little too drunkenness.
It's a little too much. But you can do the little juice that you be getting on communion. You do a little
juice. We have bottle girls. This is the best. We get shut down.
This is getting out of hand.
This is getting a little demonic. But yeah, I love Atlanta, but it's unfortunate that it has that stigma.
I do, because I think a lot of people go to Atlanta with a lot of hopes because it is a new and up and coming city. So there's so much opportunity there.
Like
rebrand yourself.
Rebrand themselves.
You can do it there.
Start over.
Yes, Atlanta is very much a city of opportunity.
Especially in the South.
Yeah, in the South. And I think with that, though, comes individuals who are faking it to make it. But I think I will note for this individual, I don't want to give him too much, because when she, last thing I'll say on this, when she actually did connect with his family, nobody messed with him. Everyone knew him to be a liar since birth.
Yeah.
So the thought is that this man has some sort of mental issue. Like there's something more than just him stunting to get a girl. He's been lying his entire life. There was no one that she reached out to that knew him that wanted anything to do with him. It could care less whether or not he showed up ever again. So yeah.
So I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's not a life worth living.
Just and also, you don't want to be hurting people like that.
And just for yourself, that's exhausting.
Yeah, he was 3 wives in. Acting. Oh, that's another thing. She was his 3rd wife. Child, y'all gotta watch the series. I don't have time. Watch the
But yeah.
series. Thing I don't love.
But you know, at the end of the day, Lovers and Things
Yeah.
is a consumer advice platform. So we have prepared.
Yes.
We've done the due diligence.
Hello, because we love y'all. We lay y'all down.
Some essentials for avoiding a pathological liar.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to provide you guys with the things you need to stay out of the mess.
Right.
Okay.
And that is our what is it? What's
things we love.
Shimmer.
So the first thing that I'm going to recommend.
What's the thing you love?
Thing we love is some mental health support. Now listen, we all need it. This is not a dig on anyone. We all need someone to talk to. You can talk to friends, you can talk to family. You got a wonderful relationship with your personal higher being. That's cool. But there's nothing like talking to a mental health professional who has no stake in the game, who is looking at your life, understands you, and is like, maybe we can make some different decisions. And so, mental health support therapy is something that we definitely recommend, whether or not you're going through a crisis. Therapy isn't just for people who are going through crisis. It's for anyone who just wants an ear and some support. But it's not always easy to find the right provider. Sometimes you got to go in person. It's a lot of work. You've got a full schedule. We were just talking about our 9 to 5 being a whole day. Like, when am I talking?
You already lost 2 hours from 9 to 11.
Like, when am I talking to this therapist? We are going to recommend BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online service that will connect you with a therapist. And you guys can have your digital sessions. You can do your own thing, but you get to chat with your therapist on your time.
Yeah.
Right. During a schedule that works for you. And it's all digital. It's all digital. So I think that is a great sort of little resource to have in your pocket.
Oh, definitely.
Because you don't have to be going through life alone. And like in the case of ReesaTeesa, she did not want to tell her friends and family that she was going through. She didn't want to tell. And I get it. I get it. You grown. Your marriage is your marriage. Had she had someone to talk to, maybe things would have turned out differently.
Yeah, maybe she would have been better equipped
have made the same mistakes.
To handle this.
Yeah, better equipped. So BetterHelp, check out betterhelp.com and check them out, you know?
That's a good one. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, when dealing
we all need support.
Yeah, especially when dealing with a pathological liar.
Woo, because child, you got to be able to weed through the lies. There's so many lies.
Yeah. And on the note of lies, found this amazing tool on Amazon.com.
Go for it.
It's a $15 lie detector test.
Get out my face, McGee.
It's a lie detector test. Y'all.
Why are you this out of control?
I submit that everyone should have one of these in their home. Keep it somewhere safe.
An actual lie detector kit.
A full-on lie detector. Pull it out when you need it.
I know that's right.
A lie detector test, y'all.
I'm finna order one to the house today.
It's simple. It's a small little thing. It's a small little thing, and you put your hand on it. Let me read this thing. You place your hand on the hand plate of the shocking liar.
Okay. That's what it's called?
I guess that's what it's called.
Yo, this is wild.
Press the reset button and keep your hand still. The person being interrogated should keep. This is what they should be doing.
Okay, the liar.
Not you, the questioner. You don't got to put your hand because you're not being tested.
Right.
So
you're truthful.
You're the interrogator. You're the interviewer.
Right.
So put them, and then they put their hand on this lie detector thing. You press the analyzer button. Okay. The machine will monitor the person's vital statistics.
The baseline.
Let me get through. Vital statistics.
Baseline's important.
Baseline's important.
Yeah.
To be used as a point of comparison during questioning.
Ooh.
This is amazing, guys.
For $15?
Yeah. If you tell the truth, no shocking.
Okay.
And you can move out your head safely.
Wait, it shocks you?
No. But if you tell a lie, you will be shocked by electric.
Stop
this
it.
Is the worst. The lie you say, bigger, more lights on. So it has 5 LEDs.
This is crazy.
And as you lie, it will punish you more heavily by electric shock or vibrate. I don't know.
Oh.
Warm reminder.
Oh.
This is not a professional polygraph tool, so there's no accuracy of a polygraph, but this is a very fun and great toy. I guess I shouldn't have read that. But it's a lie detector, at-home lie detector test. Get one of these, $15. What can you lose?
Yeah, what can you lose? Y'all need to start weeding out these lies early.
Test them out.
Yeah, y'all on Hinge and all that kind of stuff. Go and put their hands on the little thing.
Put your hand on a thing. That's the thing I love.
I love
is the $15 lie detector test linked below.
Okay, I got one. One of the things that I love because, and this, I'm going to say this is particularly for my girlies because I'm a girl's girl. This is for my girlies. We need to start strengthening our investigative skills.
Well, first off, a woman's investigative skills already.
I know, but I mean, we've just got to make sure that it's, top tier at all times.
Okay.
You got to strengthen yourself. You got to work those muscles. Iron sharpens iron.
There's always room for
improvement. So what I'm going to recommend is a detective toolkit.
Oh boy.
Also available on Amazon.com. Just a fun little exercise to strengthen your skills. You know what I mean? You got to figure out through this kit who done it, right?
Okay.
So I think it's the perfect little something to at least try it out. It comes with a magnifying glass, a pencil, a 40-page notebook, 8 evidence tags, spy challenges, a spy pen, fingerprint toolkit. Listen.
Wow.
This is what you need to get your mind right before you start dating.
When you're sleuthing, you need a spy glass.
You need a spy glass. And them 40 pages with all the lies he telling you, girl, it's going to fill up overnight. It's going to fill up overnight. Yes. So I'm just saying, this is what you need in your arsenal. Go ahead and get it, girl.
Okay.
Go ahead and get it. And before you start dating, make sure you're ready. And you iron sharpens iron.
Because I'm going to tell you one thing.
Telling you.
The amount of sleuthing a woman does once a new man is introduced to the circle.
And you can never be too sure.
It's a full background check.
It's crazy.
They're checking you if you're on a no-fly list. No stone is left unturned.
Yeah, and you'll know what to do. See, what sis didn't do was run the background check first. She ain't run the background check until after they got married. With this toolkit, you're going to know what to do in the order. Do the background check first.
I like the spy glass.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that just...
spot some fingerprints.
It brings it all together for me.
Yeah, and then you couple that with the lie detector test.
Absolutely.
So you gather your evidence.
Wow.
With the see, this is why we're doing the Lord's work.
The Lord's work. We're doing this for you.
We are. So you get your lie detector kit. I'm sorry, you get your sleuthing kit. Gather your evidence.
Yeah.
Then you're ready for your line of questioning.
Ooh, because you know what to ask.
His hand is on the lie detector test.
Yep.
You spot yourself a liar.
Yes,
real fast.
Yourself a liar immediately. I love this for us.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I think to round off this, sometimes, at the end of the day, you have to be equipped with some anecdotal evidence.
Period.
Sometimes life imitates art and vice versa. So there are some great programs that you should watch in preparation for your sleuthing.
You've got to study up.
One of which is Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
you should definitely watch that. That's streaming online wherever it's streaming.
Classic.
And the show on Netflix, the show about the stalker.
Very good, McGee.
Get all that anecdotal. Watch those shows. Get ready when you're dating. That's the first thing you should watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
When dating someone, watch you.
Yeah.
So you can be prepared to spot the signs.
Because Joe was saying all the right stuff too.
Joe?
Wasn't that his name?
Sure.
Is it Joe? I think
so.
His name was Joe.
Yeah,
he was saying all the right things.
He was saying all the right things.
Wow.
He would just magically appear on the right.
Yeah.
What they call those? They call those cute meets. This is a film technique. Cute meets.
What?
Cute meets. Cute meet. All right, let me put you on some filming.
Okay.
Those in the industry now.
Please. Oh, excuse me.
So cute meet is a tool that rom-coms use to provide a coincidental meeting.
Oh wow.
So I'm going to the coffee shop and I bump into you.
Yeah.
Wow, Lex, what are you doing here at the coffee shop? Do you normally come here? What are you getting, a matcha? I didn't know. That's a cute meet. We bump into each other under unexpected circumstances.
And to the girl, the universe orchestrated it in her favor.
Yeah, watch out for those cute meets.
Oh, wow.
You was all about cute meets. He'd run into the girl at the park running.
Always.
Oh, wow.
Literally at the grocery store. This is your route as well? You too?
It's meant to be.
Child, the lies.
Yeah, stay woke.
Oh my
gosh. Woke, y'all.
And on that note, my last thing that I love for y'all, also for your research, for your studying, for your exam of lies, the Tinder Swindler.
Oh.
Now this is a documentary. So this is a documentary. I watched it in a day, as I do most things.
Oh boy.
And it is about this one guy who was meeting girls on Tinder. being all romantic, saying the right things.
Mm.
He was very rich, honey, or at least he pretended to be, was buying the girls things, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. Then all of a sudden he'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm waiting on a business deal to come through. Do you mind if I borrow 15K? But because he's shown you that he got money, he done flew you here, he done flew you there, and got
Right.
all this
Yeah,
stuff,
he
all
had
this
the
stuff.
pictures on the private plane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pictures on
yeah.
the private plane. He looked like he had it.
He had
And you're
the
like,
what's that belt?
the Gucci belt,
No, was it Hermes?
Hermes, the H.
One of those gaudy belts.
I don't know.
But he had it.
He had it. Let you know that
That's how you know you got money. You got that belt. You got that big old belt buckle.
He was coined up. So he would be like, "Hey, can I just borrow $15,000 from you?
Just like
I'm
15.
gonna give it back. You know I'm good for it.
Like 15.
And because he done flown you here, there, and everywhere, you're like, sure, babe, I can give you $15,000
Because he's good for it, right?
He's good for it, right? Would disappear and you'd never see him again. The
Ooh.
reason why he was able to have money to give you was because he was swindling everybody else. It was a circle of swindling going on.
It's actually pretty clever. That's
very clever. I mean,
really
that's
good.
top. That's top tier scamming. If I was
yeah.
ever going to do a scamming,
That's pretty smart.
That's great.
But no, we don't suggest. We're not recommending anyone to do that.
Not condoning. I'm just saying for your research, watch the Tinder Swindler and just get up on your A game, ladies, because it's rough out here.
Yeah, sharpen that sword, ladies. Sharpen that sword with those things that we love.
Absolutely.
Links will be below.
As we always do.
Wow, that's great. I feel good.
I feel like we bless the people. I think
feel good
one of
when
our
we,
missions in life is to, support our community.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to give back in this way.
Yeah. We're so selfless.
Yeah, so
oh gosh.
This was another episode of Lovers and Things.
Yes, indeed.
Keep loving the things.
And loving your people. It's so important. But before we go, I do want to say, if you guys are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy seeing our faces. Don't forget to subscribe, comment below, let us know how you're enjoying the program. I like saying program, enjoying the program.
Yes.
And then also, guys, if you guys are listening on Apple, Spotify, whatever, be sure to share this episode with your friends and family. Don't keep this little secret to yourself. Don't be lying to your family and not telling them you're listening to us. Go ahead and share.
I like that full circle.
I do what I can. Share this with them because we need to build our community. It's time to start sharing the word about the program. So, yeah, I just had to say that before we leave.
Yes. Well,
y'all got homework.
I love that.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you on the next one now. Love y'all.
Right.
Bye.